Adult family care homes are private residences that are licensed to provide housing, meals, and personal care services to older persons and disabled adults who are unable to live independently. With us today is Marcia Miller from Serenity Adult Family Care Homes to tell us more. And gosh, Marcia, you and I have just been chatting for a few minutes. I had no idea that this possibility really existed. It's a private home, and so tell us, how does this all work?
Certainly. So good morning, and thank you for having me on. We have a really neat opportunity for seniors. You can have 5 to 6 in a home that we care for them. We provide everything, every need that they could possibly want in an adult family care home setting. So for example, let's say your loved one is at home and they're no longer able to do that anymore. Now you can transition them into a home-like setting, not necessarily an institution-like setting.
Sure. I think a lot of times we think, well, the first possibility is going to be, as we say, a nursing home, an assisted living facility. Right. But this sounds so much more, I don't know, inviting and comfortable for someone who would it be appropriate for.
It is. And a key thing to remember about an adult family care home is that the owner actually lives there. And that makes a huge difference in terms of how intentional the owner of the home, the owner of the facility is, because they're that invested. So for example, if somebody sneezes differently, you get to hear right away, as opposed to if you're down the hall someplace in another community.
That makes perfect sense. So we've used the term aging in place. So how does that come into play?
So the idea behind that is, if you ask your mom or your loved one that's at 80s, 90s, what would they want to do? Half the time they'll tell you, I don't want to leave my home.
That's right.
I want to age here. I want to live in my home until I'm ready to go to glory, so to speak. Right?
That's right.
I just in talking to one client, and I think it's important to talk to them, get their perspective. And I'll never forget, she said, Marcia, I do not want to live in the long building with the old people. She's 89.
Goodness. Oh my gosh.
She's not old in her mind.
I perfectly understand that.
So the whole concept of aging in place is to keep them in a home-like setting or environment, unless it becomes medically necessary. To place them in a more institutionalized environment.
Or something that can address those specific needs. So, I would imagine this kind of becomes a real social interaction, getting to know new people kind of situation.
And it also helps with the loneliness. So for example, there are shared rooms and then there are private rooms. And I remember in just caring for my loved one, because that's how I got involved in this whole environment, I thought she would never want to share. But believe it or not, sharing was something that helped with loneliness. So you'll watch them going in the living room watching TV. When it's time for bed, they're not going without each other.
Isn't that interesting?
Right. And then they have somebody to talk to if they wake in the night.
Right. They don't have that whole sense of loneliness. And in fact, you've started a network to put these together. So can you quickly tell us about the network? I
certainly can. So the Residential Home Care Network, we're kind of the advocacy group for the adult family care homes and the assisted livings that are in a private home setting. So 16 beds and under is considered residential. And our whole focus is for families to be able to go to one place, to be able to find us.
Absolutely.
And so when they go to our website,
how do we find you?
residentialhomecarenetwork.org, they will see video tours of all the communities that are members. They will see the participating sponsors that help to support what we do, and video testimonials of happy clients.
And we're going to have all that information available for folks, because adult family homes are a great part of the network of residential options available to individuals who need assistive services. Marcia, thanks for being here.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.